Hi, my name is Saeed Akil Jeffrey, and this is my learning portfolio for TechLauncher management system. The project we have been doing for ANU students and the other IT companies from ACT. So they put their projects on through our website on the TechLauncher management system, and the students can take these projects from there, and they can put their expression of interest, their preferences according to their interest and according to their specializations of degree or something. So this video is my learning outcome from this project. Actually, after our first project review from our client, and after week 10 of last semester, and what we have achieved and what we have missed and why, that will be discussed in this video further. So hopefully I will be able to explain all this scenario, and hopefully I think I will be able to mention that what actually goes wrong and what was actually happened. That was right after our first project review, and actually we have learned a lot, especially I have learned a lot during this time, because after our first project review, as I mentioned in my previous videos and some of the description in slides, that we have done a lot of things before first project review, and we were following all the requirements of the client, and we did most of the things what we have to do. But right after this project review, I can say that we missed a lot, because we were quite excited about that stuff what we have done, and we actually get relaxed, and and that was actually our semester break as well. And what our team decided about that we can just have some rest, and we will get into that project after our next semester will begin. And I think that was our big mistake, because what happened, we lose a lot of things during this 3 or 4 weeks of time, and everyone from this team was out of actually this project, and client was expecting something else from us during this time as well, because as I mentioned that we have deployed this system on the actual ANU website on Vodal, and the coming semester has been using that system, and there were some bugs in that, and we have to resolve them. We resolved a lot of the things, but not all of our 5 team members. One of our group team lead and me and one other guy, we were some sort of in touch with our client, and we were helping them with the actual project. But the other 2 members, they went back to their homes for these holidays, and that was and they didn't actually participate in that sort of. And actually because we have decided that we are not supposed to do that sort of things, so that was not actually their mistake. That was our whole mistake, our whole team's mistake. That was misconception as well, that maybe we will start the project right after beginning of next semester, and we will keep going. And what happened, because as I mentioned before, that we have done a lot of things before, so we were quite excited about that. We have launched our system, we have done this sort of work, and our client is happy, and we will do that stuff. That's not a big deal. So that was a huge and big lesson for me and for my team members right after when we jump into that project again. And we came to know that it took a week or so to get into that, to understand that what we were doing, and I think that was a big mistake from us, and obviously it put the bad impact on our client as well, also on our next project review, because right after third week of this second semester, we had our second project review, and after that project review we came to know that we have done a shit job, and our client was not happy. We had missed a lot of things, including our team efforts, including our software, following the software requirements, or software engineering principles, communication problem with the client as well, the team, you can say that the team work as well, and there were a lot of things we missed. So in this video I just want to explain some sort of things that what I have learned from these weeks, from week 9 to week 13, or next semester week 2 or week 3, like that, that we especially the thing that we have to be in touch with our client. That's the main first lesson. The other thing, we have to be very clear with the client that what he's expecting in the next project review, or whatever next project deliverable, or something like that, because that was our miscommunication with the client, because we were not clear about before our second project review that what actually our client is expecting from us. And what we have done during this 5 or 6 weeks, we were expecting that we have done a lot of things, but that wasn't enough. So, and the other thing, I want to give you example with that one. That was our first like projects module, which is called like put expression of interest in the specific project. And I think before our first project review, after our first project review, we started working on that one, and I think that was a quite difficult module, because it seems to client it's not difficult, but actually the platform what we are using is Yogurt, and it has its own boundaries and limits, and we have to be stick with that boundaries and limits and do our stuff. And as I mentioned before in my slides as well, that Yogurt has its own enterprise version and community version. So and we are using the community version because it's free, and so it has boundaries and limits. So it took a lot of time to filter some sort of data from database and put that one on the forms and the list. And so I think we spent more than 3 weeks on that. I did work on that, and the other guy with me, he worked on that one as well. And our client was expecting that we will deliver that stuff when this project will be implemented, or will be deployed, or whenever it will be live and people will be using that one. But that was impossible for us, because we put our effort in that, but we didn't get any like really good results from there. And after that we went for our break sort of thing, and we lost our three weeks of time. We didn't do anything on that specific thing. And after that, on our during our project review, our client was also our examiner, and he mentioned a lot of things about that specific expression of interest module, that I was expecting this and I was expecting that, and that was obviously that was our mistake. And this is what I have learned, that and after our beginning of second semester, I think it took a lot of time for me and for other team members to just come back into that system, into our project, and understand that where we were and from where to start. And so I think we waste that our time, and that was our bad software engineering like processes and requirements. We didn't follow that one. That was our big mistake. And obviously, and right now I can feel change, huge change, after our second project review, that what we are following and how we are producing. The other factor behind that is our team members as well, because one of a guy, he is not actually participating in that stuff, and I'm not sure, maybe he is not comfortable with that specific platform, and he is working on the different sort of thing, which is not putting any input in that specific project. So actually, I think we are not getting anything from our one resource. But maybe he's learning something new, or he wants to learn that sort of thing, and he's trying to implement that sort of thing on his own platform. And but in actual, that stuff is not helping us for this specific project. So that was another like sort of factor in that. And according to that like specific point, how this project caused change in my attitude, or the attitude toward the successful completion of the project development work. Obviously, I changed. I can feel a huge change in my attitude towards the successful of completion of this development work, because I am feeling that it's a big responsibility on me as well as a developer, that I have to do that project, because it's live now, and people from ANU and from outside the industry, IT industry, they are using that our system to put their projects, and students are like taking that project and getting involved in that one. So I think I am feeling a huge responsibility on me to make it robust and compatible with all the platforms, all the devices, so guys and the other professional people, they can use it easily. And there were some bugs in that before. I myself have resolved a lot of things in that one to make it robust. And yeah, so other thing, according to my team members, I mentioned that our team leaders are good, really. They are communicating with us as well, helping us, me and the other guys, team members, with the specific work. But the only problem is that I think our one team member is not actually putting his effort towards the project. So I think because I raised this issue during our team meeting as well, that they can talk about him and tell him that no, what he is doing is not sufficient or not good for our actually end result. So he has to move from that platform and put some effort in that specific thing what we are working on to make this project successful. And the other issue, I think nothing much, but I think other than that, what I mentioned, that what we missed from our client, he was expecting more, and he didn't mention before that he will be expecting this sort of product at the end of our second project review or something. But that was our mistake as well, because we did nothing for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and that was a big lesson for me now. And obviously, after that project review, now it's, I think, week 5 started, and I think we have done work on 3 modules, and I don't know how, but I think that was a huge responsibility. What I felt, I spent a lot of time on that expression of interest module as well, and some of the other modules raised by our client, that that some sort of things should be done. And I think we are putting our full effort now, and that's a huge change in my attitude as well, and the other team team members. So that's the major description right after our first project review, what I have learned from this project for this period of time. After our first successful project review, we were quite, we were quite overconfident that we have done this sort of thing and we have deployed the system and we are champions and like that. But actually, it doesn't work for us, and that was our mistake and misconception. So yeah, I will describe more stuff after after this video, in a new video, about what we have done in this after this project review, and how we communicate, and what things actually make changes in our behaviors, in our responsibilities, and what we have learned from our previous stuff, and how our team leaders has changed their attitude, behavior towards team as well, which actually works. So this is I think enough for this video, and thank you for listening.